My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review for The Choice. And this is a very frustrating movie. I have a lot of thoughts, but let's begin talking about the cast. And Benjamin Walker, for the most part, does a really good job. He's charming, he's likable, he's like the perfect leading man for a movie like this. But he needed to do a bit more for the last act, and I don't think he was able to pull it off. Then we've got Teresa Palmer, who I'm like hit or miss on. Sometimes she gives great performances, sometimes not so much. And this movie kind of sums that up. Sometimes she's very charming and likable, but other times her performance is just rather weak. So, hit or miss. They're romance, so you do buy the chemistry between them. It can be very sweet and romantic, and the two do what they needed to. Alexandra Daddario, a very good-looking woman. Um, like she's good in this movie, but I just thought the way her character was handled, like she's had a relationship with the main dude on and off for years. It sounds like, and they make it out to be a toxic relationship, but you don't really see that. In fact, she seems like a really sweet, nice person. So, like, I don't know, I just find the writing behind her character to be baffling. Like, yeah, I don't know. She just seemed like a, someone really nice. So, yeah, but she does fine. And then we've got Tom Welling. Somebody save me! I did not know that Clark Kent himself was in this movie. Look, I used to love the first two seasons of Smallville. I never finished it, but I should watch and review that show. I have fond memories of it. But anyways, it was nice to see him in this movie, and he does a perfectly fine job. Nothing special. And then Tom Wilkinson, I guess, does a perfectly fine job. So the cast is good enough for this kind of movie. I do love the location it takes place at. It's like this neighborhood right by this lake, and it's just perfect. The movie can be very sweet and charming and romantic and just enjoyable. There is a certain uncomfortable feeling to the first two acts though, because like this romance between the main dude and the main girl, but she's with Tom Welling and he's with Alexandra Daddario. So they're all having an affair, and like there's one scene involving cake that was so cringy to me, and I'm just like, how is his girlfriend okay with this right now? It just really, really, yeah, yeah. But yeah. Okay, I'm gonna. Okay, I want to say something, but it's a spoiler. So you know what? There's your warning. I will be talking about some spoilers, but the scene where he proposes to Gabby as well, I thought was rather cringy. Like, she keeps saying no, and then her family pressures her into saying yes. And I get what it's trying to do about, not giving up and being persistent, but at the same time, it just felt a little off. But anyway, so the first two acts do have issues, but it does its job well enough. I thought I was going to like this movie, but then the movie takes a turn, and it's utterly baffling. Soon it makes every worst decision possible, and I was just like, what is going on here? Like, all of a sudden, they're married, and then they have kids, and they just kind of skip past this. They don't focus on it nearly enough. It just feels like a cliff note. So that didn't sit right with me. There was no attempt at making them look older, which just took me out of the movie completely. Like, it had to be like 10 years after the rest of the movie, and he still looks the way he does. No, absolutely not. And then they decided to make him out to be like a deadbeat husband. Well, he always stands up his wife. And I'm like, why would you do this? Like, there's no indication he would be like this previously. And then for some reason, he can't communicate with his wife. It just felt so contrived. And then she gets into an accident and goes into a coma. And I'm just like, what are we doing here? Like, you don't need someone to be sick or in the hospital in the last act of every one of these movies. And you're just watching the movie fall apart. There was a point where they're going to unplug her, and he doesn't want that. And I just felt like every decision made in the last act is so atrocious that it kind of just completely ruined the movie for me. Like, I did enjoy the first two acts. It was sweet, it was charming, it was romantic. Flawed, yes, but still enjoyable. And then this last act just took a shit all over the rest of the movie to the point where I just hated it. I didn't want to hate it. I was rather liking it, but when you make so many terrible decisions, that's what happens. So I'll give The Choice a 3 out of 10. I should also say that the emotion at the end just falls completely flat. But, anyways, The Choice. Have you made the choice to watch this movie? If so, let me know what you thought about it in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin,